Hi everyone, we've just left Ramsgate. We're heading down towards Dover, where we're going to cut across to Calais. A bit rolly here at the moment. We've spent 4 days in Ramsgate and it was time to leave. So Karolina's at the helm. And if I reverse this camera, you may be able to see.
The sun is just right on it.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to see the Goodwin Sands bubbling away over there. But they were spouting up just now, so it's good, we can see them. So we're heading for a buoy there, and then south to Dover. Yeah, we're just inside the Goodwin Sands now. And the Goodwin Sands, for anybody that doesn't know, are quite treacherous. I think there's more shipwrecks on the Goodwin Sands than anywhere else around the UK coast. It's not so bad now, they've got all the buoys out, but years ago you just couldn't see them. And many ships just got stuck there and got broken to pieces. It's a sandbar running for about a mile outside Ramsgate. And, moving all the time. Sands are here, there and everywhere. So you have to be a bit careful. So we're watching our depth all the time because it starts to get shallower. We'll move away. But so far so good.
Okay, so these are the white cliffs of Dover. That means we are getting close to the crossing, the channel crossing. So far so good. We are doing about 6 knots at the moment. Yes, we still got the engine on, we've got one sow on, and the tide is with us. So yeah, according to Navionics, we should get to Calais around 3 o'clock afternoon. That's 4 o'clock French time. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, we was going to cross the ferry lane now. There's an outbound ferry over there. We was going to cross its stern. But there's another ferry coming in. And we wouldn't have made it. We're in front of him, so we've turned. We're going to run along out to sea and go behind the ferry. It's the safest option. Just passing the ferry now.
Okay, I'm gonna turn now.
Yeah, slowly. Slowly. They don't create much wake anyway, but you never know. Okay, so we're about an hour and a half from Calais now. The wind's picking up a bit, it's pushing us along. The sea's also picking up a bit. Karolina's at the helm. She has to be at the helm, otherwise she gets seasick. It's a bit rolling, as you can see. But I think in a minute we should be able to see Calais. It's a bit hazy today, so can't see it from this distance. There's a ferry just gone in, and we should be there soon. Yeah, I think we're doing about 5-6 knots. Oh, 6 knots, 6.7. It's pretty good. through the shipping lanes and we're in the clear. Okay, so this was our route from Ramsgate down to Dover and over to Calais. Here you can see it's the South Breakwater of Ramsgate Harbour. We was given advice by Chris Cox to go down to the Kent Timber Buoy, which we took as the Stoner Buoy here, and then down to the B2 Buoy. Once we got to the B2 Buoy, it was due south, and here is where we actually started recording, just in Sandwich Bay, and we carried on due south all along the coast, past Deal, carried on till we got to the shipping lanes, the ferry lanes. And once you get to the ferry lanes, you have to stay 1.5 miles offshore. So that's where that dog leg is as we went offshore, because if you don't, the port control, they don't like it at all. And once there, across the shipping lanes, we're headed for the Varn, the lightship, the Varn, what many of you may know. Then once you get to the Varn, you just set your heading towards Calais. Across the shipping lanes here, 90 degrees. You can see we tried to stay as close as 90 degrees as we could. Across the channel. Here we moved over south because we wanted to come into Calais on the south side. And there we come into Calais. As we was coming in, we called up port control, told them we was coming in, and they asked us to speed up because they was about to put the red lights on. So we turned the engine on, turned the revs up to 3,500 revs, and we came in. That's why we stayed close here, because there was ferry movements going on at the same time, so we stayed close over the side, out the way, and into this little basin here, where we picked up a buoy. There you can see our attempts to pick up a buoy, which eventually we did. And it was a very rolly night. So I would say if you're going to pick up a buoy here, don't pick up one in the centre. Try and get as far in as you can, because it does get very, very rolly. It's like Ventura going past constantly. And there you have it.
Okay, and we made it. We are in Calais. It took us an hour longer than we expected, but we're here now, so oh good.
Yes, crossing was a bit lumpy at times, but we made good time. We should have left a bit earlier, then it would have brought us to Calais earlier, because the problem was we got here a bit late for the marina to open. So we had to spend the night out in a basin, which is very, very rolly. And if you do come into that basin, try and pick up a buoy as far in as you can, because in the middle there it gets really, really rolly. And so, yeah, Karolina had to come and sleep on the sofa because it was too much for her in the V-berth.
Yeah, and also PJ didn't feel very, he was I think a little bit worried as well, so he liked when I was laying here with him. Yeah, so basically we left Ramsgate 2 hours after the low tide. I think we should have left only 1 hour after. And that will give us extra time, isn't it?
Yeah, it would have given us extra time. We could have took our time more, because we would have been rushing to get the tide bringing us back up to Calais. Because our idea was just go down to Dover, and from Dover out to the Varn, and head for Calais. And once we got across the ferry lanes, we was going to head south. And so we come up towards Calais on the southern side. So it's a bit easier to get in, and it's a bit quicker as well. They let you in a bit quicker. Yeah. Whereas if you're on the north side, they tend to make you wait more. Yeah. So that was your idea.
We went straight through, isn't it? You called them up and they were saying, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I called them up and they said, they're about to change to red lights. Could we increase our speed and come in? So we increased our speed and we went in.
But actually, by the time we got there, isn't it, the lights actually turning to red?
Yeah, they were red. They watched us come in. Yeah. And we moved over to the side, so they knew we was out the way as we was going in.
Exactly.
So we kept well out of the way.
Yeah.
And, but originally we was going to take a different route. We were going to go out to what they call the Knoll Buoy on the north end of the Goodwin Sands, and 130 degrees across to Calais at a different time, and the tide would have took us down to Calais. But fortunately we went into the Royal Temple Yacht Club at Ramsgate. We had a really long chat with a guy called Chris Cox, who I'd like to thank very much. He spent a lot of time with us, and he gave us a different route. He gave us an alternative route that was to come out of Ramsgate, head for what they call the North Kent Timber Buoy, or the Kent Timber Buoy, which I take was the Stanor Buoy, then on to the B2 Buoy, and then due south from that buoy, go across the ferry lanes. Don't take any notice of the ferries. They're apparently pretty manoeuvrable.
That's what he said.
They will go around you. Just keep on your course. Stay 1.5 miles away from Dover, because Dover Port Control won't like it if you get too close. And into the Varn, and then head for Calais. And we took his route, and it worked pretty well.
But this advice, don't take notice of ferries. It's not as as easy to take, because when you get closer to them and see how huge they are and how fast they come into you, it's not like, oh, I'm not just gonna ignore them. And as you saw in the video, we decided just to carry on alongside them and then cross the channel once they go, because it's unbelievable. They're actually creeping up on you out of nowhere. Is that you don't realize how fast they are.
That's more the container ships, I think. They're the ones you've got to watch for. But the ferries, if you do come up against one, just go behind it. Slow down, make your turn acute so they can see what you're doing, and just go behind them and they'll stay out of your way. Going across the shipping lanes was a totally different story, because they don't stop.
Yeah.
They will, if they see you from a long way off, they will try to avoid you. But when we saw 3 in a row at one point, and we thought we was going to get there behind the second one.
Yeah.
But they come up so fast, we ended up going over the stern of the third one, which was. And after that, there was no more. There was just 3.
Yeah.
And then we was across.
It was felt like all or nothing, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, we just turned to the starboard, to the port, and head up towards the container ship coming down.
Yeah.
He went past us, and then we crossed over.
Yeah.
That was it. And then it was on to Calais.
Yeah. So basically, when you come close to the harbour, what channel you have to call?
It's 17.
17 to enter the harbour.
Yeah, call them up on channel 17. That's Calais Port Authority, Port Control. And that was pretty good. They let us in straight away. No arguments.
Yeah, and then we carry on to... normally you would carry on towards the bridge and then you call up the marina for, instructions how to get in. And
that's another story.
Oh God, bridge. Nobody told us that so there are certain times of bridge opening. Yeah, so it's, I think, 2 hours before high water and 3 hours after high water.
Yeah,
so every hour. Okay. So let's say 3:30. So 3:20, there's still red light. After a while, the orange light comes on. So basically, you're getting ready. So we are getting ready. Half past coming, nothing happening.
No, we stayed on our mooring buoy because we saw the amber light came on, and we took that as get ready.
Yeah. So we got ready. We had the engine going, but
and nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
The bridge didn't open, and then a red light came on. But what it is, when the amber light comes on, then you have to call up channel 17
again
and tell them you'd like to proceed into the marina, and then they will open the bridge.
Yeah.
Unless there's other boats hanging around who've already called them up.
Yeah.
But if you're stuck out there on your own, when the amber light comes on, call up channel 17 and tell them you'd like to go into the marina.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it's not going to happen.
Because that's what's happened to us. We missed 2 bridge openings that way because it was just us and we are waiting. It's like, why is not opening? We're not going to head towards the bridge until we see that there's some movement, And then luckily on the 3rd hour, finally some other boats turned up. And basically we just, we were shouting across, what about the bridge when it's opening? And he said 5 minutes. And that's when we heard him calling up
Yeah, we heard him on channel 17. So
exactly. And it was like, so that's what you have to do. Otherwise, thanks God they came, because otherwise we will be stuck there forever. You're thinking, what's wrong with this bridge? So, yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Once you're in Calais Marina.
Yeah.
Just go on to pontoon B, which is a visitor. And just go into the office and pay your dues, and it's all very straightforward after that. As soon as you get in, it's all good. And they're wonderful here at the marina, very helpful.
Yeah, very nice.
They organise anything we've asked them to do. They've been very helpful.
Exactly, and that's where we're gonna have also our mast taken down, which you will see, guys, in the next episode. We'll prepare our boat here, and once we're ready, we're gonna go to the canals. So yeah. Busy few days coming up.
We're going to prepare the boat, reorganise a few things. The mast is coming down, so the aerial's got to be repositioned and all sorts of things. But we'll see you then. Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much for watching.
Thanks for watching.
And we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye.